Hello, fam, and welcome to your Week 12 recap slash revamp, if you will. It was a really weird week. The Chiefs just continued to skate by. The Texans continued to be who we thought they were. Um, yeah, just unbelievable stuff. And then the Commanders or Washington Football Team, whatever whatever it is you refer to them as. Yeah, just an inexcusable loss at home. Um, yeah, between those, even though the Chiefs won, between that, Houston's loss, and Washington's loss, I don't know which one's worse. And yeah, like obviously it may not be your favorite team or you might not have a player that's impacted by it, but for the league, there is a such thing as too much parity. And there's just these teams that aren't taking care of business when they should, or that are not even looking or playing the part. They don't know what play they're in. And it's just it's kind of frustrating to watch. And I'm looking for something to pump me up, and I'm trying to keep the fans and everybody in our league, all the insiders, the owners, the water cooler people, whatever. I'm looking to keep them engaged, and I think I have what you need tonight. These next two primetime games, being tonight and then tomorrow, I think will salvage the week, if you will, and get this kind of turning back to the way it should be as far as entertainment from the NFL. Why I say that is because everybody's thinking that Philly's going to go in and just, mow over the Rams and assert their will and that they're back and everything. And I don't see that at all. I'm not saying they don't win. I'm saying it's going to be closer than people think for a 2.5 or 3 point spread. I think the Philly's going to do. Sirianni can't get out of his own way. He's going to do something silly to put the Rams back in and give them a chance. If they take it and run with it or not, no pun intended. They'll make it a game. But I do think something like that will happen. It'll be a fairly close game, competitive and entertaining. The key players will be relied on to get production. I see that happening. Obviously, Brown, Nakua, Cup. And then obviously they'll hit each of their respective running backs in Williams and Barkley. But I think the stars are going to star. I don't see it as being like a random game where just people off the bench or third strings come in there and get a lot of production. I don't see that. I see it being chalky in the sense of that the main players are going to get theirs, but it'll make it exciting because that's what we watch for. We want to see the stars ball out, and maybe sprinkle in some underdogs and some players coming off the bench and just doing something crazy. But we need to get back to that. We need to get back to the players and the stars taking control, and the teams doing what they're supposed to do. If we're going to see a good end of the season and feel good about the product. The same thing I think kind of goes for Monday night. I think the Chargers quietly are starting to throw the ball a lot more with confidence, and Herbert spreading the ball around, and especially McConkey, somebody who and I think I owe Austin an apology. I was not high on this young man, but I was wrong. McConkey seems to be playing pretty well, and I see that continuing against the Ravens defense that's been giving up a lot of pass yards. And however, I do see where the Ravens, I think, will go back to trying to establish the football a little bit. I think John's going to want to beat, his brother Jim, and he knows that he's going to have to establish the run, and he's probably going to want to smear that mud in the pig's face over there, Roman over there on the Chargers sideline. So I think they'll at least try to establish the run. Whether or not they stay with it, I don't know. And hopefully he doesn't make a stupid challenge like usually happens every other week. But I guess my point is that Jackson will get his, Henry will get his, and Herbert and McConkey will do their thing for the Chargers. I think these next two primetime games are going to be entertaining, fairly close, and we're going to see the stars do what they're supposed to do. And whether it's throwing the ball or running the ball, the teams are going to show up and do what they're supposed to do. They're not going to, lose at home to the Titans or barely beat the Panthers or lose at home to the Cowboys who don't have a quarterback. No offense, Train. It's just I don't know. We're trying to see some good feel it and figure it out as far as who these good teams are and what does it look like going to the playoffs. And fantasy or not, you just want to see a good product. And man, I want to see it. I kind of feel it, but I want to see and feel more of it. So I hope this kind of revamps your night a little bit, and for tomorrow too. And I'm really excited as far as where I'll end this for fantasy for our league. seeing Tuesday morning after everything settles and seeing what that spot, the race for the fourth spot, and see how close it may be, or see, depending upon what happens, whether there's kind of a three-way race between Josh, Ailey, and Mick. That's what I'm kind of seeing, and I don't want to go any further right now. I don't want to spoil it for the peeps watching this video, but yeah, I want to keep the fam engaged and thinking. But I'm really excited to see what the last week of the regular season holds, and what the scenarios are going into it. Just, yeah, pretty pumped for it. And yeah, hopefully nobody has a cold blue. We'll see. All right. Without further ado, don't do anything I wouldn't do.